the spa is covered in snow, you need to be very gentle and not put any pressure on the spa at all. Just carefully slide and dump. Do not dump over here because it melts in against the hot tub. Try not to pile the snow up against the hot tub because then it'll melt into the works. Now most of the snow is off. Important to keep the snow away from that bar because when it folds over then it could damage the cover. And then when we open it, we're going to hit these little clasps here and here, and then we're just going to open it like so and flip it over. Buttons are simple. This button here does the jets on this side. This button here does the jets on the other side. It looks like a picture of a jet with water spraying out of it. Don't ever touch the menu button or the up or down temperature buttons. This is the lighting that it'll alternate between colors. If you hit this button once and it goes on high speed, that's because it's already on low speed. It might be running on filter when you come out. If you hit it once more, it goes to high speed. Then, once you're in, you open this valve to introduce the air and increase the pressure by doing so on the jets. It's important to not forget to turn the air off and turn the jets off when you're done. Once you're in, you carefully and slowly lift the cover. The remaining snow should fall off, if not right away, but eventually. If you have the second jets turned on, it's for these chairs back here, and they have their own individual air. These things are very powerful, so you probably just want to turn a little bit of air on if you're sitting in these positions. Okay? And this last lever is for the waterfall, which I wouldn't bother with in the wintertime because it reduces the water temperature if you've been in for a little while and you let that extra water flow through the waterfall. Now this position number 1 is a recliner. I'll turn the air on again. Okay, you can put your head down there and you can stretch right out. That's the one. If you're in there though, then everybody else has to step over you, but that's what that first position covers off, as well as the jets in this sort of middle seat here. Okay, all the other jets are this seat, and this seat, which is on jets button number 2. Okay? Okay, now we're done. Important, just remember, turn the lights off. Okay, you just have to hit that once and turn the lights off. And you may be able to hear that the jets are still on a little bit on number 1, which is fine. They'll turn themselves off after a while, as long as they're not on high and you can clearly hear them. You can leave it on low, and then just make sure that the air bubbles are turned off. And now we're going to pull the cover back, but it's important to remember that these flaps go down the sides and don't get caught up and hung up here, because then that allows all the heat to escape through the side. So we're going to very carefully, with 2 hands normally, bring the cover down like this. So now it's closed and the flap is now tucked around the side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lift the cover the rest of the way, which means you have to sort of be standing in the spa still, sort of grab it by here to bring it up and around and close it as you step out of the tub. But once more, just remember these flaps. Now, we're just going to make sure that we clip these, okay? And we double check, and you can see that that flap is caught up a bit. So we're just going to, without putting any weight on the cover, reach over and make sure it's down and close both flaps. And the final step I'm going to tell you is that we need to put 1 capful of this for every 2 times we go into the spa. So it's not quite a full cap, but that's enough. So I've just poured maybe 3/4 of a cap in there. I'm just going to lift the cover and then just throw it into the spa and then close the cover back up after the second use. So you don't have to do it every time, but every other time. Okay?